Yo, good evening, people. Arsenal 5, Forest nil. Yes, guys, good evening. Welcome back to Daniel AFC TV. Tonight, the topics of the show shall be Arsenal 5, Forest nil. Obviously, some player ratings. How do we make Arsenal great? When I say it's something that Will from Twitter said to me a few weeks ago. He said to me, no effing about, if we sort of sign this, and this from next season, we have now got the tools to make us a championship winning Arsenal, an Arsenal that we could be proud of, the Arsenal, the first 11 years of Wenger, say, and a couple after that, perhaps. Other topics of the show. Where's the pen and paper? I've read about a million topics now. But yes, topic by topic. Obviously, Arsenal 5, Forest nil. Then player ratings, guys. Chelsea next, Aubameyang watch. The next player I want to watch, I've been studying the massive talents of Mudryk for the last 5 and 6 weeks. I've watched all his Champions League games, and I've caught him in another game somewhere. I don't actually think it was a league game. Was it a cup game or something? Who knows? In every game, he's been amazing. So there's a saying in London called "less said." Less said on this geezer because there's no need to say more. Mudryk is world class, literally world class. Arteta. Saka, injury. Word is it's not bad. Word is it will not threaten his World Cup chances. But does it threaten his the next few games before the World Cup? Pretty unclear. Sacrifice time, guys. Would you sacrifice a Tavares, Amari, a Nathan Miles, a Emil Smith Rowe, a Kieran Tierney, a Rob Holding, and an Eddie Nketiah, all to raise £120 million? Guys, I'll get back to that point soon. We're still linked with the likes of Mikhailo Kovac-Savic. Arsenal allegedly in talks with Frankfurt regarding the signings of Lindstrom and Ivan Ndicka. I'm not really sure. As I've been saying to some of the boys on the stream, on the groups today, it's about levels above. Ivan Toney has done a Wilfred Zaha and pretty much begged to come to Arsenal, guys. Allegedly, word on road is, and this is from a Brentford friend of mine, don't know the geezer or nothing, but a Brentford friend has told me, if Brentford had to lose Ivan Toney, Lee Akers should like this as well. If Brentford had to lose Ivan Toney, and they know he's kind of an Arsenal fan and secretly he sees himself playing for Arsenal one day, they would accept an offer in the range of 45 million. I don't want Ivan Toney, just thought I'd report that. Osamor on a free. Now, here's another thing that I said, guys. Just when Lucas Paqueta joined West Ham, because I am the genius that is Danny AFC TV, didn't I say Osamor would become Saka? When I say Saka, I mean Starboy. He would all of a sudden become Starboy and be the guy that is very, 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 very much needed again. The guy that's going to get all of the attention. Yes, Osamor is balling. I did watch him tonight. Shouts out to Lacazette. Olympic fuckfaces won, or wherever the fuck they play. Anyway, Lacazette won 1-0 tonight. Osamor was exquisite, without putting too much of a finer thing on it, which could open a can of worms. Would you like Osamor on a free contract and a free transfer in the summer? Guys, there is bundles of footballers that you could take really sensible risks on in the summer. Osamor. Let's get this list out. Where are we? I will forget them. Right. We all know the left back, Barcelona youth product at Benfica. Grimaldo, he's on that much in the summer, a free. Ivan Ndicka, Frankfurt on a free. Zaha on a free. Tillemans on a free. Asensio's on a free. Trossard, really good fucking footballer, Premier League proven on a free. Osamor on a free, another Premier League proven footballer. And Kante, about 4 or 5 years too late, but also on a free. What I'm bubbling at here, and the point of what I'll be making in this evening's show is basically, if we signed a couple of decent free transfers out of that whole list, you'll be surprised when I say I'd probably go for Grimaldo and Ndicka. Reason being, I feel we can make money on KT. I feel we can. There's opportunity. The opportunities in Arsenal to make money is not very much. Ipswich will give us 1.5 million for John Jules because he's scoring a few goals for them if we're lucky. Monza, the phone or credit card company, they'll give us about 3 million quid, I reckon, for Mari, if they stay up. Doubtful that is. I reckon we'll command about 4 to 5 to 6 double wax most 7 million, and that's 10, but 7 million for that blowjob Ainsley Maitland. Wow, shouts out to Agumi, superhero. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. This is going to build up. This is going to heat up. We'll get you and everyone involved hopefully soon. So, I know Agumi knows kind of where I'm going. I've been putting all the hints out on my Twitter groups. There would be sacrifices that would have to be made. I can tell you about these sacrifices. All right, I'm going to start this from the top. Shouts out to Will. Shouts out to Hagumi. Shouts out to Lieka. Shouts out to Hazza. Shouts out to Cam, to Craig, to Linda, to Gemma. Just all the real ones in general. Guys, let's get back to where Arsenal was 11 seasons ago when we was the best on the Wenger. When we were like sliced bread, we were the fucking bollocks. Shouts out to Cam. Cam, are you ready for this? Guys, I obviously clearly want the comments on all of everything I'll be talking about. Of the 8 footballers I'm about to mention now, people, who are all on free contracts in the summer. 5, 6, 7, 8. Number one, they're all good footballers. Obviously, we can't sign 8 of them. If there was 2, and I do mean it a maximum stroke 3, but 2 of these 8 that I'm going to start calling out, who could make Arsenal, and these are not the Declan Rice that I've been talking to in the group, the Bellingham, the Mudryk, the Endrick. This isn't the, when I say Endrick, sorry. No, he isn't the finished article. Feeling as a motherfucker, yes, at £40 million, I snap all over this 16-year-old quick kid. He looks like a combination of Mbappe and Neymar with slight trickles of Messi and the I don't give a fuck of Cristiano Ronaldo. Putting all 4 of them together, I say it's worth a £40 million risk at 16 years old. Now, before everyone thinks I'm absolutely off my nut, which I'm absolutely not, let me get into this. 8 footballers, all on free transfers, yeah? I want the real ones to try and pick out 2 free that would be sensible for Arsenal. Not just Asensio, Trossard on Awar because they look good. We haven't really got places in our squad for a while right now. We've got Vieira, Emil Smith-Rowe, we've got Degaard, etc. So, Grimaldo, left back, Barcelona Youth Academy product, really good player, ever present for Benfica, Champions League, Europa League experience. As I said, ever present in Portugal, decent league, always at the top, scrapping for titles. Grimaldo, number 1. Ivan Ndicka, number 2. Wilfred Zaha, number 3. Yuri Fatboy Tillemans, number 4. Asensio, 5. Leandro Trossard, 6. Osama 7. And Kante, 8. There is 8 footballers, guys, that are all out of contract at the end of the season. If you was, or don't like none of them, just say 0, Dan. Bollocks to all of them. If there is 1, 2, very most free, I'd like the 3 that we like, or the 2, or the 1. Now, I don't want to hear 4 of them. I want to hear 3, 5, no, not 5. 3, 2, 1, some bollocks like that. I want 3 of the names at most, 2 if anything, or 1. To complement what I'm about to go through next. Get a couple of dislikes on the video for this one. Guys, there's going to have to be sacrifices. I calculate the last 2 seasons we've spent between 130 and 150, 155 in millions of pounds on the signings on the likes of Tommys, the Ramsdales, the Vieiras, the Odegaards, the Gabriel Jesuses, the Zinchenko's, etc. So, without signing 5 guys that are just going to be decent squad players, yes, I'm not calling or being disrespectful to anyone that we've signed, from a Ramsdale to a Zinchenko or even a Gabriel who can't score goals at the moment, Jesus. What I'm basically saying is, what is now the level above? People keep telling me Tillemans. Tillemans is not better than Xhaka, and Tillemans is not better than Thomas Partey. Let's have it absolutely correct. So why would someone be fantasizing and fascinating over signing this little fat boy from Belgium? Why? The only thing that's decent about this boy is he's got Premier League experience. Apart from that, no. He's not better than the 2 we've got. He could be that much better than Lokonga. But I said, whoop, there you go. There's another list to sell. I've just made our club another 15, 20 million pounds. Give me my fucking pen. Where's my sacrifices? 15 or 20 mil, guys. Let's put 17.5 for security reasons. 17.5 mil. About what we paid for the no-hoper. So, I make that now 120, 137.5 mil. This just for security reasons and for mathematics. Let's call it I've just raised Arsenal 140 million pounds. Being a genius, I'm gonna walk you through this in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. How I've just raised this football club, what many CEOs, Edus, blowjobs, Artetas, Kronkers, etc., Garlics, Richard fucking Hills, Bills, or Edges, all them tossers that work for this club here, basically. Everything they haven't achieved over the last 5 to 10 seasons, I'm going to teach you how to do this very fucking summer. Or I hope. Or if you want the real truth is, we're slightly a better club. We're top of the league. So do you know what this actually means? Our stock has ever so slightly risen. We've won nothing yet, clearly. But the stock is bubbling. The stock is rising. Emile Smith-Rowe, even when he comes back from injury, blasphemous as it is, yes, he might be a player that's worth about £45 million. KT, I see his future done at Arsenal. So for me, as heartless as it sounds, I like the guy. Scotland, I don't need gloves on when it's fucking November and December because I'm a proper vibreva. I'm a fucking real man. Your attitude's great. Problem is, you're not the best footballer on earth. So do you know what I say? Try and get every penny of the £25 million back. Nuno Tavares, even though he played shite for Marseille today, if we could get anything between 10 and 15 million pounds from him from Marseille, I say fantastic. Or any other club in the football world. Atlanta was supposed to like him. So I'll walk you through this again. That's KT I've sold for 25 mil. Tavares has gone for 10, 15 mil. Nathan Miles, I'm probably buzzing here. 7 million I want for him. Mari's selling for 3 million to Monza, Ponza, or any other credit card or football team or anyone else that'll take him. Monza, Bonza, Fonza, Fonzie. Emile Smith-Rowe, I sell to Wolverhampton or Aston Villa for £45 million. Eddie Nketiah, I sell to Crystal Palace for £15 million. Rob Holding, I sell to Leeds for £10 million. Lokonga, I sell to Celtic, Glasgow Celtic for £17.5 million. Guys, not including their wages, obviously, this totals around £140 million. So I'm going to walk you through this. So I'm going to try and walk you through this again as best as I can. Without putting a finer point on it of sacrifices, yes, there is players in this team out on loan, whether it's John Jules, Nathan Miles, Pablo Mari, they've all got to go. They've all got to give us $1 million or 2 or 3 or 4, all up and down the table. So, guys, would you? And again, remember, there's different points to this. Arsenal spent, on average, over the last 2 summers, around, give or take a few mil, about 140 million. So if things were to be similar this summer, even though we should and very much could be a Champions League team, let's say the Kronkers give us another 10 mil. So let's call our budget with Champions League football this summer, £150 million. Let's write that down. So our budget this summer, guys, is £150 million because we have now qualified for the Champions League. Very theoretically, but I don't see why not, because we have spent about 280 over the last 2 summers. Guys, please don't get bored. Stay with me. We're about to heat this shit right up. So it's £150 million we've got to spend in the summer. We're forgetting January just for the hot minute. I'd like Mudryk in January, but this is theoretical and blah, blah, blah. So £150 million to spend. Now, if I was to get £140 million for fringe players, players on loan, and selling 2/3 players that are very close to first teamers. When I say close to first teamers, I am talking, I'm afraid to say, KT, ESR, Lokonga. All 3 of them for me, as bad as this sounds, kind of fuck right off out that door. If it brings me a Bellingham, Mudryk, Hendrick, Hakimi, a wonderful. Let's forget this right back. Listen. I want to stop talking about right back. I want a right back that's actually like Trent, like a Robertson. Do you know one that can sort of defend, but then ping down the wing? White or Tommy can't do it. We slow our game down. Tommy at left back as well. When he goes forward, it's fucking ridiculous. So do you know what? We need balance, like the trainer from New Balance. We need real balance. as much as Arteta annoys me and he wants to start flinging players in and out of position, yeah, we need to kind of cool that down. Guys, player ratings is coming up. Arsenal 5, Forest 0 reaction coming up. I'm going to still get into my sacrifices. Guys, who's with me on this? I fuck off Tavares, 15 mil. I fuck off Maitland Miles, 7 mil. Mari's gone, 3 mil. Emil Smith Rowe, Villa, Palace, West Ham, 45 mil. Lokonga goes Glasgow Celtic for 17.5. Kieran Tierney goes Evelyn and Emery, and he goes Villa, 25 mil. Holding goes to Leeds, £10 million. Nketiah joins Leeds, £15 million. All in total there, if I could get all them players, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 8 with John Jules, 9. That is 9 footballers sold. 9 footballers sold for £140 million. Now, here's the really fucking beautiful bit, like you didn't know it was coming. You put that 140 to that 150. You don't need the pen no more. That now makes £280 million. Well, even if you spend 250 of that and £40 million was for agent fees and fucking around, I don't see why Arsenal couldn't have the summer that we've needed for the last 5, 6, 7, 8 summers. The summer of all the summers. The summers where you stop trying to penny pinch and you stop trying to get that stopgap guy. Yeah, that Lokonga. What the fuck was that 17.5 million about? Let me bring your attention to another 7.5 million. Turner. What a waste of a blowjob that was. I could think of a lot more things at Arsenal Football Club that I could do with that 7.5 mil. Nketiah, yes, we didn't have to sign him or get a fee for him, but investing £100,000 a week in him, I don't know. Will we make that mistake again? When I say mistake, yes, Reece Nelson, will we give this geezer a 5-year deal and a 7-year contract? Stranger things have happened at Arsenal Football Club, hashtag Eddie Nketiah. So, I actually see Reece Nelson staying beyond the summer if he has 1 or 2 more sensible games like today. Now, you may say to yourself, but Dan, if he does play like today, why don't you want him to stay? Because he ain't Champions League level. He ain't going to make us win a league title. Decent in the League Cup. Decent against Forest at the bottom of the table. Done. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear Hazard screaming for new contracts. Don't want to hear none of it. Guys, big up everyone in the comments. Please hit the likes of the video. Do be subscribing if we are new. I'm going to take a quick look into the comments and then straight back into my sacrifices. And then more interestingly, with 9 players sold, I'm going to give you the 5 players I signed with my £290 million cash on the fucking hip. This is what Arsenal need. Arsenal need to be unleashed with our £290 million budget. We sell all this shit, get our usual 140 budget in. Bob's your uncle. Right, good evening, guys. Shouts out to Cam, to Linda, to my brother from another mother. Hanumi, bigging up. Hanumi, are you still with me? Did you lose the will to live, bro? I would take Osama on a free. Why not? He's quite versatile, which this manager likes, yeah. He can play out wide, also he can play in an inverted winger type if you like. Or obviously his favourite position, bruvs, the number 10 role. Right in the smack in the centre of things, where it all happens. Right in the centre. Next week will be better, Linda. What did she say? Don't know. Anyway, and Yumi, how you doing, mate? He's fantastic, just because I said so. All good. Let's jump through a few of them. Man, we can go for the title if we are serious with quality signings in the winter transfer window. Again, bro, I want it in the winter as well. But a lot of this speech tonight is basically in preparation for when we finish 2nd or 3rd. Hopefully not 4th. Basically, as long as we can guarantee that Champions League money, the exposure and the attention of the Champions League, I'm now going to explain the 4, 5, perhaps even 6 players that change this Arsenal football team and make it like Wenger when he first come, or at least his first 11 years. I'm talking, yeah, I want Arsenal back. Trossard is decent. Again, guys, I want you, out of the 8, 9 footballers that I mentioned, which ones would you actually bring in on a free? I'll mention the list again. It's Grimaldo, the Benfica left-back, product of the Barcelona Youth Academy. Ivan Ndicka, 23 years old, plays for Eintracht Frankfurt, reasonably close to the French team. Left-footed centre-back, decent player. Wilfried Zaha, we don't need to talk about him. Yuri Tillemans, Premier League, we don't need to talk about him. Leandro Trossard, we know him. Brighton, not much needs to be said, apart from all 3 of them are very good players. I wouldn't take Tillemans, but the other 2, really good players. Asensio on a free in the summer. Aouar on a free in the summer. And the old boy at Chelsea, N'Golo and Kante, 4 years ago, I would have took him most certainly on a free transfer. Out of that 8 or 9, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's 8 players. Out of that 8-player list, how many of them would you bring to the club, if any, guys? That's question 1. Question 2, would you make the sacrifice of all sacrifices? Would you sell Tavares? Would you sell Maitland-Niles, even though they're not the sacrifices? Would you sell Mari? Would you sell Lokonga? Would you sell Holding? Would you sell Nketiah? Here's where you might get a bit the arsehole me. Would you sell KT and would you sell Emil Smith-Rowe? In the knowledge that you spend, no, you've got 140 mil to spend and you can raise about 140 there. Let's call this budget about 280, all right? 280, 290. You've raised 140, and if the Kronkers give us 140, 150, this is 280, 290. Putting the two totals together. We know this ain't FIFA. We know it also isn't as easy as all of this, but do you know what? If we can finance within, if we can sell players, why can't that go towards a budget? If we're serious, if we want to be not just knocked out in the group stages or best ways, the last 16 get smashed by Bayern Munich or who else is decent out there. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what will happen. Champions League. If you want to be decent in Champions League, you have to sign fucking decent footballers. No more fucking around with who's at right back, left backs at right back, centre backs at fucking right wing, etc. This might work against Forest, and yes, congratulations on the 3 points and 5-0. Perfect, blinding. That ain't working in the Champions League, bruv. And that ain't working when we play Man City. Do you know what I mean? And it probably won't work when we play Chelsea fucking very next. Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. So, where actually was I in this rant? Would you sell Tavares, Maitland-Niles, Mari, Lokonga, Holding, Nketiah? Sorry to say, KT and Emil Smith-Rowe. All raising about 140 million in good English euros, knickers, pounds, potatoes, pesetas, anything you want to call them. 140 million of them. And then if the Kronker, like the last 2 seasons, on average, he's given us about 140 million per summer. So if he was to do that again this year, and if you raise 140 million with that bunch of bollocks, Emil Smith-Rowe, obviously, and KT ain't a bunch of bollocks. But weighing up their injury records, weighing up their minutes on the pitch ratio, even when they're fit, I don't think they're going to get a lot of minutes. Kieran Tierney can't get ahead of Tommy at left back. And I don't think the Highlander will get Lokonga out the will get Odegaard out the team, or even Vieira. So I say you sell him now. Now, 140 million pound, and the Kronkers on average has given us 140 million pound over the last 2 summers. So without being a mathematical genius, this works out to about 280 million pounds. This is where we now warm up. Who would you sign if, again, theoretically, we had this 280 million pound to spend? This is obviously, again, on the conditions of a few things. Yes, we have to finish in the top 4. Finish the season the way we've started it, reasonably strong. If we're not going to win the league, let's actually go for 2nd, 3rd. Let's not be finishing 4th and trying to qualify for Champions League and fucking up our summer. Let's get the job done. 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Boom, for this season. As long as we can go clearly, obviously, in the Europa League, but we know there's about 6, 7, 8 really good teams coming out. Salzburg, Seville, Barca, Juve, Atletico, Shakhtar. And I know there's a couple more. All dropping out the Champions League very, very soon. Obviously. So putting all that together, unless we had a sufficient January, we're going to struggle to win Europa League as well. Let's put all our eggs in getting this top 4 basket sorted for this season. Spank the Kronker for as much money as we can in the summer. 150 million. That would be a nice, reasonable budget. And then you sell the life out of every waste man in the squad. Lokonga's a waste man. Mariu's a waste man. Maitland-Niles is a waste man. Tavares is a waste man. Nketiah is a waste man. And Rob Holding is a waste man. All of them for me can go. I'm sorry, guys, but so can KT and so can Emil Smith-Rowe. Dun, dun, dun. We hate you, Daddy AFC TV. How very dare you? The Highlander Smith-Rowe himself. Yes. When Arsene Wenger first rocked up in the marble halls of Highbury, all them beautiful many years ago, do you know what he done? Do you know what the fucking Frenchman done to me with his funny looking glasses? He sold my favourite player of that era and the player of the season. the season before. So yes, the player of the season and a man that's just got resurrected his career, got himself back in the England squad. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Yeah? Player of the season. And you've just dragged your name out of the fucking toilet sniffing and everything, got yourself back in the England squad. Yeah, the legend that was Paul Merson, and that still is Paul Merson. The first thing Wenger come into this club and done was sell Paul Merson. I was fucking pissed. Let's take 7 seconds and pause and think about it. In Wenger's first season, he won the double. Clearly, halfway through that season, I couldn't give one fuck no more about Paul Merson, as much as I love Paul Merson. Do you get where I'm going with this, guys? So as much as we like Braveheart, fuck him. As much as we love the little Haylender, fuck him. What are they really good for if they're not getting minutes? What are they really good for if they're not in the team? You sell them for as much as you can and you go and buy good footballers. Guys, should we get into the good footballer list? What makes Arsenal superb again? Where do you spend this £280 million? Let me get into a few comments and I'm going to tell you. No to Tillermans, no way. Everything on the table for my G, Declan Rice. Absolutely agreed. Bellingham, slightly the preferred choice, but I would not be having a temper tantrum or throwing my dummy out the pram if we could pop up with Declan Rice. Declan is very high on my list. It's horses for courses. Do you want a young, brilliant footballer, 19 years old, like Bellingham? Well, I don't care. Well, we've got 280 to spend, guys, so fuck it. We can finance that if we want. We've got 280. Remember what we're talking about here? Selling all the bullshit, getting Emil Smith Rowe, KT, all of them out, raising 140, begging Cronker for the 140 that he's given us over the last 2 years per season. And that's 280 to spend. So again, let's continue. I totally agree. Declan Rice is high on my list. Here's my only thing I'm going to ask you, my friend. If you had to choose between Declan Rice and Bellamy, who is it? Obviously, Bellamy, let's say, theoretically, will cost you £100 million. Declan Rice will cost you £65 million. Which of the two footballers do you choose? I love Declan Rice. He was immaculate against Man United today. I still choose, ever so slightly, Bellingham, which I'm about to go through any minute now. Guys, please like the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Good evening, mate. I'm going to stick around for as long as I can. Brilliant. I'm not a lover of Declan, if I'm honest. He looks so robotic. Oh, dear. But no. That's exactly what we need. A robot in the midfield. Someone that doesn't let you pass. A snapper who snaps at people's ankles. Decent passer. Good shot on him. Knows how to control and run a midfield. That's what he does. He bosses a midfield. It's not for everyone. He's a man's man. He bosses midfields. Bellingham is Bellingham is a much better footballer. But when it chips it down on a Thursday night at Burnley, I know who will be the better footballer on the park, Declan Rice or Bellingham. For me, it's Declan. But anyway, I still love Bellingham. Manny, good evening, sir. I'm not Scottish, but I love the fucking cold weather. Fucking love it. Can we see so well, sir? Everyone else in the chat, how are we? Yalla, Hussein Juma. What is your thoughts on everything that I've been spitting about? Cam, what's all your thoughts on everything I've been saying? Linda, what's your thoughts on what I've been saying? Manny, of course, what is your thoughts on everything I've been saying? If you had £280 million to spend, first of all, would you sell the £140 million worth of player that I've been screaming about? Would you sell Holding? Would you sell Nketiah? Would you sell Lukonga? Would you sell Mari? Would you sell Nathan Miles? Would you sell John Jules? Would you sell Tavares? Would you sell KT? And would you sell Emil Smith Rowe? If I could get you, Agent Danny, 140 mil for the lot, would you accept that? And then with our beautiful American owners, probably giving us again about the amount of £140 million in the summer, put that 140 and that 140 together. Hashtag Ask Manny. We have £280 million spent. Guys, go. And go and spend your 280. And I'll tell you how I've just spent mine. Shout out to all the real ones. To Same, to Manny, to Craig's in the building. Shout out to all the real ones. Craig, what do you think of everything I've been ranting about? I hope you've heard a good percentage of what I've been saying. Arsenal wants Turner. Throwing Hayne into the cauldron would suit him. Turner will stay for this season and next. Hayne or Olienka is, I would probably put ahead of Turner, but no problem. If someone was from the MLS to offer me £5 million, a £2.5 million loss on Turner, he goes on that list. And now we've got £145 million raised through player sales and financing throughout the club. Yes, Danny, I'm finally back. Craig, hope your arm is good. Hope all is good. I loved your Halloween pic the other day on Twitter, man. You, the family, the kids, all going. Was it all towers or something? I don't know. I'm not going to even reveal your business, but I love that pic, by the way, bros. Halloween specials. Shout out to Craig and the family. I'd love to see Emil Smith Rowe enjoy himself at a new club. So would I. But will not command a high fee as 45 million quid, 25 to 30. And that would be good. I wouldn't be so sure. I know Arsenal have this inability to sell people, but with English tax, with him being so very young, and brother, I couldn't give a fuck who said it. He is a talent. He's clearly a talent. I'm just saying he's a talent I'm willing to sacrifice. Like Wenger sacrificed Paul Merson all them years ago. I was very upset. But we went on to do the double immediately. I couldn't be upset no more. It certainly was, brother. We'll get back into today in a moment. Let's deal with what I'm talking about, not in a rude way, of course. We're going to deal with... I've got my player ratings here. We're going to talk Arsenal 5, Forest 0. We're going to talk about Martinelli's new contract. It's done over here, guys. It's done. 5 years, £200,000 a week. Who thinks Reece Nelson's going to get a new deal? 100 grand a week. Pepe's number 19 shirt. Remind you of Nketiah. Tielemans, Wanakaya, central midfield cover. I like Sanagri from PSV. He is good. Oh, sorry, Sengari from PSV. He is good. Ndidi from Leicester. Kanye as an owner. Ndidi's performances for the last 12 months, bros, I have to say, has been a very consistent no-no. I don't know if he's just run his course at Leicester City and maybe the young Frenchman, Samari, is about to take over. I don't really know. Leicester are clearly, obviously, not balling like they used to. Obviously, the last 6, 8, 12, 18 months, whatever you'd like to say. But, I don't know, mate. Ndidi, I actually was 18 months ago. I couldn't see past Ndidi. Honestly, right now, I'd go to say though, I'd go Declan Rice. Preferably, I'd go Bellingham. Oh, Lee Akers is in the house. Good evening. What's going on? Lee Akers. Whoa. Lee Akers. How was the game today, bros? Where was you sitting? How was your view? And how's the view from the top of the table, Lee? I bet you enjoyed yourself, Lee. Arteta must start Reece Nelson against Zurich on Thursday. Well, he must, and that's obviously a given. Was it alarming that he played against Forest today? I know it's only Forest. I know he scored 2 goals, but is Reece Nelson the way forward? Is he the new Eddie Nketiah? When I say the new Eddie Nketiah, is he about to get 100 grand a week and maybe Pepe's number 19 shirt? That's what the fuck I mean by that. Atmosphere was lit too. Absolutely amazing. Wonderful. Guaranteeing you'll get a steal 35 mil for any club. So Aston Villa, go and do it. Aston Villa, give me 35 mil for KT. I'll drive into Birmingham myself. Seriously. I'll drive him there myself. Awesome, and I really want. I'm scared of players from Serie A. I really do like Osman. Strong, tall, powerful. And even for being so tall, he's actually really good on the floor. So, do you know what? I can't see many things to knock the geezer. I'm not sure if he's my first target, though, Lee. But again, I'm going to go into all my first targets. Got to correct you on Magic Man. Hey, hold on. Merson played in Wenger's first season. When Wenger wanted him to stay, he decided to move on to Teesside. He confirms that in his autobiography. I loved him too. Magic Man did not want to leave Arsenal Plus. Bro, send me that bit in the biography. I've never heard a crock of fuckery in all my life. Paul Merson would have died at Arsenal Football. Whoa! I would have died at Arsenal Football Club. There is no way the Magic Man wanted to leave. Unless Wenger done something to him really untoward in the changing room, there is no way the Magic Man would have wanted to leave. Did he play his first season? So that means, okay, so I got it slightly wrong. Wenger resurrected his career, got him back in the England team, and then sold him after being the player of the season that year then. So, yeah, you're possibly right. That sounds about right. So after being the player of the season, after getting him back in the England team, after sniffing off toilet seats, why would he absurdly sell him to Middlesbrough? I knew it was Middlesbrough Villa he went next because he started travelling the world. Fucking probably Wrexham, Barnsley, Bournemouth, Torquay. He went to quite a few clubs after us. It was still one of the first things he done, bros. But do you know what? My point on that is, so you are correct, but my point being is Vieira as the overmars started coming in, and you soon forget the Paul Merson. If Merson doesn't take the money and decided to stay for another season, would have won a double. But the first season at Borough, he played regularly and scored his World Cup spot at Gazza's expense. It's because he was better. At that time, he was better than Paul Gascoigne, hands down. Absolutely no competition. Gascoigne was drinking way too much for respect, and Paul Merson was banging and flying, literally, off his nut. I'll sell the majority of who you mentioned, bang. I've got Jarring Stone Hammer on my case. Give me a second. A Jarring Stone Hammer on my case. Hammer? That sounds interesting. Paul Merson has played football when they had alcohol and drink problems. Yeah, I know, and they're still absolutely fantastic on it. Shouts out to them boys, isn't it? Not many people could have done that, could they? You know what I mean? Been half cut at 5:30 in the morning, whip into training, do you know what I mean? Go home, start again the next day. Or get pissed and then start again the next day. Yes, certain of the boys probably wasn't living ideal lifestyles, but that was another thing I suppose you could thank Wenger for coming in and kind of fixing up. Shouts out to Arsene Wenger. He definitely prolonged a lot of these guys. Lee Dixon, Nigel Winterburn, Steve Bold, Mike Keown, Tony Adams, David Seaman. He prolonged all of their careers. Bergkamp stuck around to what? Very close to 39, 37, 38, 39. He prolonged a lot of people's careers. Dennis Bergkamp would have probably played on to that age anyway. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you is new. I'm going to stop ranting. I'm going to get into some of the players now who I reckon is game changers, and then the rest of today's news. Let's have it right. Guys, if you want game changers, if you've got 280 to spend, you can go and spend 100 mil on Bellingham. You can spend 50 million on Mudryk, 40 million on Mudryk. That's 190. You can then go and blow 60 million on Hakimi and forget this whole right back problem. Someone that scores goals and is a decent defender. Watching him closely at PSG. Watched him from his time in Italy with, oh God, he played for Inter Milan and who? He played for 2 clubs in Italy, I'm pretty sure, Hakimi. So I've been watching this Hakimi for a while. He scores goals. He's brilliant going forward. And whether it's the new manager at PSG, Gastelay or whatever you call him, Gartelay, I can't remember his name. He seems to be defending ever so slightly better. So yeah, players of this caliber, because even though Hakimi is still not, and I'm going to slightly trip up over myself and I say he's not first choice, I'm fed up of seeing left backs at right backs at left backs. Listen, we need to get Zinchenko, a Grimaldi left backs. Tommy, Hakimi battle for right backs. Salibas to battle with Ben White, centre back. Indika, Trusty, Gabriel battling out for the left centre back. Midfield, Partey, Xhaka, Rice, Bellingham. This is the sort of 4 you need. You want to win a Champions League? You want to win a league? That's what you need to go. You need to spend every penny of that 280 million and now go big. Mudryk 50 mil. I'd want Mudryk at 40 mil as well. If the Mudryk is a bit of a pipe dream, you put that £40 million on a striker that's going to come in and actually give competition to Jesus right now. And yes, I'm saying Holding and Ketia and some of the others, bit part players, for as much as possible. I fear that a lot of their game time will decrease their value. Good point, Manny. Most definitely. We all know this though. How many points can we get in our next 3 Premier League games fixtures? I'm going for 7. Not sure. It's Chelsea and who? Let me tell you right now. Next is Brighton. What happened to Chelsea? Oh, sorry. I went straight past them. Next is Chelsea, and then home to Brighton, and away to Wolves. Fuck me. Brighton's suddenly a difficult game. Away at Wolves. Away at Chelsea. I go 7 also. Alan Smith was a proper number 9, and he was a top goal scorer for the past for the past 2 seasons on the chart. Alan Smith was a proper number 9. Yeah, we know Alan Smith. Yeah. Alan Smith fucked off just before Wenger, though, didn't he? I can't remember everything spot on. Yeah, he was gone before Wenger come, bruv. It was Ian Wright, Bergkamp. Yeah, he signed the Nelka. Yeah, Alan Smith was long gone. Yeah, Alan Smith was always a good footballer. Good in the air. The flick on at corners, even though commonly that would be Adams or Bold that'll do the little flick on, and Smith would come and header it in. Like, your 4 teams would wake up to that, do you know what I mean? We should definitely aim for 3 points against Chelsea unless they decide to turn up and turn their fury on us. Well, yeah, they've been doing fine on the pot, and this is the problem. But guys, we will finish for the last 10 minutes of the show. The beasts of who should be coming in. I reckon it should be Grimaldo on a free, Indika on a free, Hakimi 60 mil. Yes, I said it, Hakimi 60 mil. I'd go for Declan Rice 65 mil, Mudryk 50 mil, Mudryk 45 mil. And you've still got a bit of change to go and get one more central midfielder to replace Lukonga. A young Brazilian, I don't know. Danilo, perhaps. Who knows? But that definitely could be done for about 280. Every single player I said there. 50 million Mudryk, 65 Rice. What's that? 115. Say 40 Hendrick, 140, 155. Who else have we bought? Hakimi, 60, 160, 192, 210. That's 215. 215. I've still got about 65 to spend. Still got 65 to spend. What have I signed? I've signed Grimaldo, Indika, Mudryk, Rice, and Hakimi. I've signed 5 people, and I've got £65 million to sign one more guy. Mudryk winger. Grimaldo's the left back. Indika left-footed centre back. Hakimi is the new right back. Mudryk is fighting with Saka, Martinelli left wing. Hendrick is a bit young, so I think with the next 65 million, you probably need to find yourself a shit-hot striker. Because we've sold Nketiah as well. Balogun could come back. Would I trust in him? 50-50. He's balling in France, not in the Premier League. Difficulty in keeping clean sheets. I wouldn't mind riding Brighton for Sonny Marsh or Terry Lamptey. I reckon we need levels above Marsh and Lamptey. Both good players. I've always liked Lamptey. He's an F1 though. That's it. If he comes to Arsenal, he'd continue in the tradition of getting injured like he's injured in pretty much a lot of his career. Forget bend it like Beckham. It's bend it like Party. Most definitely, bruv. I get that Lamptey might be all running. Not much else as of yet. Yep. I think that's absolutely right. And he could be a good option for going forward. He is, but he's a lot of running without the end product. I like him to a level, bruv. I like him to a level. He's not much better than Tomiyasu. Again, bruv, the point of this rant was tonight. The point of to sell a lot of the bruv. I don't want to sell Emil Smith Rowe to get Tillemans in, a prime fat prick Tillemans. I don't want to sell KT to then have David Luiz running around the midfield. I'm trying to sell off all these bastards together with a summer budget to make this team great again. Lamptey isn't great. He's good. He's not great. That's why I went straight at Hakimi. Straight for him. Don't worry. His defending will be fine. Just don't let him run forward as much, bros. He's a little bit too much of a free spirit. Look at him in France, bros. He's fucking over the halfway. He's never back past his own halfway line. He's ridiculous. He's always up front. It's absolutely ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Just make him weigh himself in. But the 10 assists he gets every season and the 7 league goals, bros, we could do a bit of that. Do you know what I mean? That turns 1-1s into 2-1 victories. You know what I mean? That assist turns 2-2 draws into 4-2 fucking victories. Do you know what I mean? I want people that make the difference, bros. Yes, in my free transfers, I've signed Indika, Grimaldo. They're not exactly game changers, but they'll be really good behind Zinni and behind Gabriel as backups. You always need backups within football clubs. Do you know what I mean? If I had my own way, I'd fuck off Turner as well. Do you know what I mean? There's another 5 million to fucking add to the fucking kitty. Do you know what I mean? I'd fuck off Turner in a heartbeat if you want the truth. Simple as. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Real simple. Indika, Grimaldo, Hakimi, Declan Rice, Mudryk, Mudryk, and you've still got 60, 70, 80 million pounds to go get yourself another centre mid and another striker. Young ones, Danilo, another young striker. Plenty of them out there, guys. Plenty of them out there. This is not rocket science. Arsenal can be great. People within the club, the board, etc., need to give a fuck in it. We can be great again. It's pretty simple. Is there a hat over my good grand? No, there isn't. Just look a bit close. I thought I was covering my good grandson's picture. Tweak it like you know that laugh at that man. Why not Maddison instead of Tullow? It's because, again, bruv, Emil Smith Rowe for me, the reason why I've sold him off, bruv, is because he's going to have a hard time getting back in. For me at this moment, Vieira's very ever so slightly probably stole a march on him, and Odegaard is the captain, and Arteta, whether me and you go mad and we scream hashtag Danny, hashtag Manny, he ain't dropping Odegaard. So if you want to put Maddison in his favourite position of the number 10 role, attacking mid, we ain't happening at Arsenal. Now, he has been on the right wing for Leicester this season and the left wing, and he's done all right. Bros, we've got enough players that play out a position at our club. I want players that are bona fide right back. Hakimi is not a left back, so bang, you put him at right back, yeah? Declan Rice is not a left winger. He can only play central midfield. Hence why I particularly picked him out. There's nowhere else around the park you can fucking go. God, he could put. I'll tell you, put him a fucking centre half, wouldn't he? Anyway, Mudryk. He can now play anywhere. Left, right, attacking, mid. I like a bit of that. A bit of versatility is good, but not fucking Arteta versatility. Left backs at right backs at left back, etc. That's taking the piss versatility. And again, I'm not opposed to Maddison, not at all. He even fills the English quotas. Do you know what I mean? Because I've sold a few English people, the Nketiahs, the Smith Rowes, so I'll be handy to sign a couple of English players for the English quota, unless you're promoting within Petino, Olienka, etc. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind starting in Dicker, in low of Gabriel's poor form. Exactly. Passed it to opponent today. I know, absolutely ridiculous. He's been a liability waiting to happen all season. In fact, and I've said it on my groups, Manny, that you might have to get involved in one of them if you like. But I've said it on the groups, Twitter and the WhatsApp group. I was like, listen, our worst defender this season has been Gabriel. Ben White's been good at right back, but it's not amazing balance. He's okay going forward. And as for Tommy at left back, I'm not a big fan. And when he goes forward down the left wing, he just does the obvious. He cuts back in and then passes it backwards. This is what we've done at the end of Wenger's reign. Bellerin running down the right and just passing it back to the centre back. What the fuck is the point of that? What is the point of that? Bros, I've said it already. I've said it on Twitter. I've been saying it since he scored his second goal. 100 grand a week, 5-year deal, Pepe's number 19 shirt, upcoming for the start of next season. It's obvious, isn't it? And it helps out with the English quota. Boom. Guys, 10, 15, who knows, perhaps 20 minutes left of these amazingly beautiful, very mind-boggling, but mind-knowledging stream tonight. Night, I'm starving. Catch you all soon. I'm fucking starving as well, as it happens. But good night. Catch you very, very, very soon. Anyway, guys, it is about that time where I will get into all of the news of today. Right, guys, I'm hearing Martinelli has signed a new £200,000 a week deal at Arsenal. Arsenal 5, Forest 0. I'm going to get into my player ratings. Guys, you can disagree, you can agree all you like. The defence didn't have to do that much, but I'll explain all my ratings. Ramsdale 6 and fuck all to do, so lucky to get the 6. Ben White, lucky to get the 6. Tommy Yasu, 5.5. Don't like him going, no, Tommy 5. Don't like him going forward on the left. I don't like him at left back. Saliba, the best defender of them all, obviously, 7. Gabriel, 4.5. Partey, 8. Exaka, 7.5. Nothing to say more about them two. Immaculate. Odegaard, 5. Nope, 5.5 because he scored. Saka, I'm not going to rate. Nelson, 8. Martinelli, 8. Jesus, 4. Nope, 5 for his work rate. I'm going to give Jesus 5 for his work rate. So let's do that again. Ramsdale, 6. White, 6. And he's lucky to get that 6. Tommy, 5. Saliba, 7. Gabriel, 5. Party, 8. Xhaka, 7.5. Odegaard, 5.5. And he's got that 5.5 just because he scored. Nelson, 8. Well done. 2 goals. Congratulations. Martinelli, immaculate. 8. Jesus, 5. That's for your work rate alone. That covers my player ratings for today. Guys, Chelsea next. Brighton straight after. Then Wolverhampton away. Shit. Wolves away is quick. Lee, have we got tickets for that game? Shit. Hazard. Anyway. Sacrifice. Tavares. I know we've done this already. Nathan Miles, Mari, Lukonga, Emil Smith-Rowe, KT, Holding, Nketiah. Can all say bye-bye if you give me 140 million quid. Milinkovic-Savic, 50 million plus. Lukonga keeps going on and on and on. I can't open an internet link. I can't open a newspaper without seeing someone writing a story about Lukonga going to Napoli and Milinkovic coming to Arsenal. But then in the same article, it will keep saying that he's Man United's number 1 target. But then the other articles say Frankie de Jong is still Man United's number 1 target. Moving on. Arsenal in talks with Frankfurt. Double deal. £30 million. Double raid. Indika and Lindstrom. This would obviously be January moves. I've already done that bit. Barcelona want Gromeres or Neves. They now need a bit more width, steel, and balance in their midfield. But again, Barcelona allegedly broke. Here's some of the names that can honestly leave. Frank Kessie, £30 million, done, can leave. Ferran Torres, £30 million, done, can leave. Frankie de Jong, we know he can done, leave. We don't know the fee. Probably between 50, I honestly reckon, top fucking whack, 60 million. But I reckon 48, 49, 50, 51 mil, and de Jong's out of Barcelona. We know all of the Pies can leave. All the rest of the bastards can leave for pretty much a blowjob or a pint of lager and a packet of crisps, if you like. But yeah, the players that they're looking at that they can get money for, yeah, they signed Frank Kessie on a free. They're looking to get between 25 and 30 mil for him. Ferran Torres, they're going to make a loss, but they don't care. They want him out of the club. And de Jong, all up for sale in January. Bang. Is there any of them that Barcelona trio like? Frank Kessie, fucking, he's a strong midfielder. I don't know why Barcelona have just said no to this geezer and just fuck him off without literally giving him a fair chance. Like, if you want to tighten up and strengthen your midfield, surely you've got a decent midfielder there in Kessie. But apparently they want Gromeres or they want Neves. And he goes. Only at Club Barcelona, eh? Only at Club Barcelona. Yeah, but time for him to go. Did have a shocker against PSV, but no on the team could hold their head high that shambles. I predicted improve against Zurich and force his way back in, stay to the season's end. I predict that as well. By the season's end, I still sell him for 25 or 35 million pounds to Emre at Aston Villa. Time for me to leave. It's almost time for me to leave as well, my G. Great news, Martinelli. Yes, bros. It's alleged at the moment, but it's a good source. He said, Dan, it's done. But you know, Arsenal, this could take 2 to 3 months to be released. It's done. It's about 5 years. Or is it free, including whatever he had left? 200 grand a week. That's basically all I can give you on that. But I haven't just took that out of a internet thing. I haven't just opened the Sun newspaper. I've kind of been told, Dan, Martinelli's done. And allegedly the same person has told me, but I lose the will to live because Saliba should have been first. Saliba, Saka are next. Oh, and the one after that, Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka will get a new contract at Arsenal. As I've been told this on reasonably good authority. Granit Xhaka will get a couple of years more out of Arsenal on unbelievably, even though I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it, but he's going to get a wage rise again. He's already on over 100 grand a week, 110, blah, blah, blah. What did he say? I'm only joking. What did he say? I'm only joking. Don't see what he said previously. I'd give Odegaard an even 6. He was also Reece's second goal. So I've given him a 5.5, so we're not going to fall out over half a point. The reason for the 5.5 is, bruv, is the general other 85 minutes, mate. He's our club captain. If that's enough for you, And I'm not. There's no dig at you or anything. If that's enough for you, excellent. Well done to you, Manny. That's as a captain, that's just not enough for me. And there's going to be games harder than Nottingham Forest, bros, where he has to dig in. And I want him to dig in, scrap, battle, fight, punch, kick. Yeah? That's what I want my club captain to do. Not some little fancy bastard that pisses around here and there. I want a hard man as a captain. I know you can't blame him for that was Arteta's choice, but I want him to fucking stiffen up. I want him to stiffen up now if he's to be my fucking captain. Simple as, my brother. Honestly, seriously, simple as. I don't want no dickhead being our captain. Do you know what I mean? And as I've already said, and pretty much you know because you're not stupid, he's undroppable. The only news that I've heard so far is that he's not out for the World Cup. Couldn't tell you if it's a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. As far as we know it is, even though he hasn't had no test scans, blah, 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 it looks like it's just an ankle knock. That's all I've been told. It's an ankle knock. He's fine for the World Cup. I don't know if he's fine for Arsenal before the World Cup. Good point, Craig. Good point. That is actually should have been something that was right at the top of the show. Shouts out to Craig on that one. I think a bullet leaving Barcelona. Or should I say Barcelona? Nah, well, or he could have just sat on the bench and earned money. Fuck it. Got his house robbed a couple of times. Either way, I believe he just prefers London in general. Shouts out to AFC TV Governor. Now. Shouts out to all the real ones in the building. Hazard K has just jumped in. Almost when I was about to jump out. We're going to have to stay for another 10 minutes, most definitely now. For us at the bottom of the league, do you think Arsenal really made much of a statement today, Dan? Well, obviously not, mate. It's not in the Forest. But any 5-0 victory is welcomed. The performance is okay. Wasn't mind-blowing. We're pretty shit at parts in the first half. Do you know what I mean? I have to say, it livened a bit pretty shortly after Reece Nelson come on and grabbed his first goal for the club. Do you know what I mean? Agree on that. He reminds me of Graham Chapman of Monty Python. I don't know about that one, bros, but I can tell you he needs to stiffen up again. That's all I want from him. Stiffen up. Because, again, today was not on a Forest. Hence why my player ratings are getting 5.5. 1 assist, okay. Good goal. Well done. This is overall captain leadership qualities I'm looking for, as you are my captain. Klopp has got back-to-back defeats. And he's even got a sack. Yeah, laughable, really. Well, would you really sack Klopp? Really? He's done a lot for them. Who do you immediately bring in? Someone that's good with finances, because they wouldn't bring in a Mourinho that just wants money. That's not going to happen at Liverpool Football Club. Never, ever, ever. Who could Liverpool turn to next? Have you actually heard of the Jurgen Klopp 7-year syndrome? Apparently, it went really shit for him after 7 years at Borussia Dortmund. I do believe this is his seventh season at Liverpool. So, not to shit the life out of anyone, but yeah, mate. Sorry, guys. I'm not miss. He's just a very naughty boy. Yes, but anyway, sorry. Back to Klopp real quick. 7-year syndrome. I don't know. Is he done at Liverpool after 7 years? He was done at Borussia Dortmund after 7 years. But then I've also heard the chairman of Borussia Dortmund, or the old or outgoing COE, saying that basically when it started drying up for Borussia Dortmund, what we needed to actually do was we need to reinvest and go again. We had lost the Lewandowskis, the Mario Götzes, all to our rivals Bayern Munich. So he was in a pretty much not even win-win. He was in a pretty much lose-lose scenario. He was losing all of his best players to Bayern Munich. He was fucked. So I didn't necessarily blame him for that. Do I blame him for what's going on at Liverpool? The thing I could blame him most for at Liverpool is maybe he should have hung on to Mane. Maybe he needed Mane a whole fucking bunch more than he knew. But then, if Mane had remained at Liverpool, because Liverpool, I do believe, are 14 points behind Arsenal, would Liverpool be level on points of Arsenal just because they had Mane? Don't think so either, somehow. And now we're looking on the bright side of life. But yeah, you can't go, bro. Did anyone see who? Ericsson. Oh, Ericsson ball. Rashford goal. Sublime. Yeah, mate. I certainly did. He's slowly getting it together at Man United, yeah. He's looking more and more confident. The problem is when they play him, the midfield isn't as tough, and you can see he obviously likes Casemiro, McTominay, Fred, because, well, he's doing what Arteta does. Every 15 minutes to go now, he makes sure he's got Fred, McTominay, and fuck me, I just said them all. Fred, McTominay, and whoever the fuck I just said, because they're all pretty strong. Casemiro, all kind of strong central midfielders. So, yeah, they're the guys that bring him his 3 points home, they say. Klopp recovered with Dortmund that season after a dreadful start. They recovered Liverpool and leave at the season's end. Still in the Champions League, man. Liverpool are built for the big European nights. Most definitely. But the bread and butter is top four. So if they're going to be in that Champions League that you so call about them wonderful evenings, they're going to have to win that motherfucker, bro. Because as it stands right now, just at this point, I know the season, as you would say, is far from being at an end. But they're 14 points behind Arsenal. There are a lot of points behind a lot of teams, guys. Liverpool have a lot of work to be a top 14 this season. I'm not saying they're not going to make it. I'm saying they're going to have to go on a proper, pretty much from now, an 11-game winning streak. And then, yeah, they will be back in the top four. Do Liverpool look like they're going to win the next 11 in a row? At this moment, absolutely fuck no. But yeah, I'm definitely not ruling them out of the top four because we know a team like Liverpool can just go and win 12 in a row, which is incredible. I'm bigging up Liverpool because if it wasn't for Liverpool, we wouldn't have had competition in the Premier League for the last 3, 4, 5 seasons. They've been the only guys providing any kind of competition to Manchester City in the last 5 seasons. Is it time Liverpool move aside? And Arsenal now have their little... Shall we have our little bite at Man? Is it our turn to have a bite of that cherry? A shot at the fucking title, should we say? Is it Arsenal's time for a shot at the title? Sign Declan Rice, Mudryk, Mudryk, Ndicka, Grimaldo. It can happen. For the latecomer like Hazard, as I'm saying, if you sacrifice Tavares 15 mil, Nate Lamar 7 mil, Mari 3 million, Lokonga 17.5 million, I'll even tell you, I'll tell you which club they'd go. Tavares, Atlanta 15 mil. Nate Lamar's, Nottingham Forest 7 mil. Mari to a credit card company, Monza 3 mil. Lokonga Celtic 17.5 mil. Emil Smith Rowe, Villa or Wolves 45 mil. KT Villa 25 mil. Holding Palace or Leeds 10 mil. Nketiah West Ham, Palace or Leeds 15 million. All of that, guys, would raise you £140 million. If you'd like to, I can do maths if you'd like to recount that. So that was at the prices that I'm quoting. 15 Tavares, 7 Maitland, 3 Mari, 17.5 Lokonga, 45 give or take Emil Smith Rowe. Nketiah 15 if there's a God. Holding 10 if there's a God. KT, I can't see why we can't get our money back 25 mil. Now, all of that raised you 140 million. Statistically, going over the last 2 seasons, Arsenal have spent about 140 million over the last 2 seasons. Funnily enough. Now, I've just raised you 140. So what we're going to do on tonight's show, guys, we're putting 140 and 140 together, and now we've got 280 to spend. Now it's Declan Rice time. Now it's Mudryk time. Now it's Bellingham time. Now it's Mudryk time. Do you get my point? This here can be done. What I'm asking the club to do going forward can actually be done. There's a couple of bits of news that I did forget to get in today. Guys, did anyone catch, not Lacazette, because I know Hazard probably catch Lacazette goal today. Did anyone catch Asamoah's performance? Brilliant. Excellent. Exquisite. The thing is, it took Lucas Paqueta to leave the club for him to become Hashtag Saka Starboy again. And now Asamoah, like any good footballer running out of contract, is getting his stock nicely raised for the summer because he can join anyone he likes for free in the summer. Asamoah playing well tonight. Guys, have you heard the story about Ivan Toney? Ivan Toney has been pretty much putting it out there. He likes Arsenal for a long time. Through like a Wilfred Zaha scenario, friends and social media, it's coming right out there that he badly wants to join Arsenal. In fact, so much so, he reckons if he was playing for Arsenal, Arsenal would already be a Champions League team. Now, just to further feed more into this, I'm not going to say it's true, but apparently if Arsenal was to make a move for Ivan Toney, Thomas Frank knowing how much he likes Arsenal, blah, 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 he would reluctantly sanction a sale at around £45 million. Ivan Toney ain't for me, but it's an interesting story I've heard today. Cody Gakpo, £30 million. Arsenal, Leeds, Newcastle, all keeping eyes on the situation. Ferran Torres, available for £30 million. Kessie, £30 million. Frankie de Jong, 50-55, I reckon. Reece Nelson, £112,000 a week, 6-year deal, number 19 shirt. It's on the way, guys. I can see it happening. Seriously, I can actually see it happening, guys. Please be getting a like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. It's almost time to go. Before I do go, again, I'd like to mention Nelson 6-year deal probably coming. Martinelli, this one's real talk. Martinelli has signed a new £200,000 a week contract at Arsenal that will keep him at Arsenal for the next 5 seasons. Player ratings we've done, that's gone. Chelsea next. I'm going 2-2 at this moment, but we'll talk about that more in depth tomorrow. Saka, hopefully not out for too long. From what I'm hearing, he's fine for the World Cup. For me, couldn't give a fuck about the World Cup. I want to know if he's fine for Arsenal going forward over the next few weeks. I've gone through the sacrifices. Guys, please get me on Twitter, email, social media, any way you like. I want to hear what your real thoughts are. The Tavares, Nathan Miles, Mari, Lakonga, Emil Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, Holding, KT all could disappear from my football club. But only if the likes of Indika, Grimaldo, Hakimi, Declan Rice, Mudryk, Hendrick are all on the way. And with all of that, there's still £70-80 million of that £280 million budget still knocking around. So I'm thinking, is another striker I want and one more centre mid. Considering I sold Nketiah and Lakonga, I think I need one more young central midfielder and one striker. Maybe a Danilo and maybe another young Brazilian. Who the fuck knows? I've already went through 8 players today that Arsenal could realistically look at signing on freeze in the summer. Grimaldo, Indika, Zaha, Tielemans, Asensio, Leandro Trossard, Asamoah, and N'Golo Kante. Guys, would you take any of them 8 names? Ivan Toney wants to sign for Arsenal. Pretty much that's out there everywhere and will be breaking everywhere over the next few days. I don't know if his phone's been caught or his friends put it out there, but it's pretty obvious that Ivan Toney wants to join Arsenal, and it's been getting out there over the last couple of hours, allegedly, but we'll see how true this is over the next day or so. Ivan Toney wants to join Arsenal, and allegedly, Frank would not stand in his way if Arsenal put reasonable money on the table. I don't want Ivan Toney. I'm just reporting what I'm hearing. Ferran Torres, 30 million. Frank Kessie, 30 million. Nelson, 6-year deal. Guys, it's almost time to go. Arsenal hold talks with Frankfurt over possible January moves for, Jesus Christ, Lindstrom and Ivan Ndika. Apparently £30 million gets you both of these players in January. I'm not sure. I keep saying I want levels above, levels above. Ivan Ndika I'll take on a free. Lindstrom, Arsenal won the Premier League game. How much by 5 goals for 19th time? He prepared the 18th time coming the last time, Wenger. Yeah, I know definitely last time was Wenger. They mentioned on Sky today, and they were mentioning the game, and I was thinking, fuck me, has it been that long? You're like an encyclopedia, bro, Craig. You're like an Arsenal story. Has us on the fuckery today. Probably a good thing it's almost time to go. Love to you all. Shout out to Hazard, to Craig, to Cam, to Manny, to Cam, to Linda, to Gemma, to WB, Zahan Yumi, Kamala, Luke Burkamp, Lee Akers, Manny, all of the real ones. Pick up, big up, big up, big up, big up. This is a stick up, stick up. Views, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Absolutely fucking blinded. Superb. Saka before become the third youngest player to reach 20 Premier League assists behind Fabregas and Rooney. A very sexy list to join. I would not mind being third behind Fabregas and Rooney at anything. Size of Cox, assists, goals. Yeah, I'd be third behind Rooney and Fabregas. Them two are both Premier League proven and gifted fucking footballers. Hazard, we love you, Hazard. Jokes aside, I'd love to see Reece succeed at Arsenal and really pick up his performances. In Saka's absence, we should back all of our players, but especially our Highlanders. So, bro, I take it you don't subscribe to Danny saying sell KT, sell Emil Smith Rowe, make sacrifices, and bring in dream ballers. Bellingham, Mudryk, Mudryk, Hakimi, the likes of. What I'm basically asking is, without putting too much, should I say to Cam? Have I never said it there, really? I said Gemma, I must have said Cam. Cam, Kanye. Where was I? Yeah, without putting too much of a finer point, and it has, like, I would sacrifice anything. Emil Smith Rowe, straight faced, can go for me tomorrow. So can KT tomorrow. In fact, I'll drive them to their destinations if we're seriously going for a league title next season, bros. And Mudryk is there, Declan Rice is there, or Bellingham is there, Hakimi is there, Mudryk is there. Yeah, bros, I sleep a happy gooner. And I couldn't give a fuck who we sold. That's a bitch. I'm a mean guy. I don't give a fuck. I'll tell KT right to the effect. You see, you brave up. Thanks for your effort, wee man, but fuck off. Emil Smith Rowe. Oh, you're a bad man. D-double-E-E-E. Roadman. Get the fuck out of my club, bro. Oh, fuck you. Fuck off to Wolves for £45 million. Bollocks. Go replace Neves. Straight to his face, bros. If it makes Arsenal a serious contender to win the league next season. Do you know what I mean? And Reece Nelson can do the same. But do you know what, bros? I want them all to succeed as well. So here's where I'm not backtracking. This is what I'm saying. Give me solid performances. Don't give me 4 to be injured for 4 months. Don't give me another 8 performances injured for 5 months. Don't give me another 15 performances injured for 9 months. It's so fucking boring. You can't blame the footballer for being injured, but bros, if you're going to play half of the season, do you know what? Go Wolves. If you're going to play half of the season, bros, go Palace. Bro, if you're going to go play half of the season, I'm begging you, go Leicester City. Yeah? Peace out, my brothers. Please continue with them. They said their fitness. Oh, God, here we go. Here we go. It's managing minutes times. Managing minutes from Hazard. Ooh. How many minutes would you give them this season, bros? Would you play them at all? Would you wrap them up in a blanket and just say, do you know what? You're playing League Cup games only. For only the last 15 minutes of that. This is a new age football terminology for me. This, yeah, it's new age. I don't get it. I don't get it. Managing minutes. Bollocks. Hey, London, that sentiment needs to go. Bang! That's what I've been saying this evening. Pretty much the whole topic of the show has been sentiment can suck a dick. Ooh! And go. Merson was sold by Wenger after probably one of his finest seasons in red and white. We done a double. I soon forgot Merson. That's what I'm saying. I soon forgot the Magic Man because we just done a double. Or whatever happened before hashtag Manny gets in the building and says we done the double with Merson. I really don't remember. Did we? The more I think about it, the more I'm actually not convinced. But who knows? I can't remember. I'm not an encyclopedia and I'm not using Google every 30 seconds. I tell you that much. Hey, just remember, y'all. Do you remember the time Merce was fucking sold? Do you remember the time? Hey, guys, it's time for me to go eat, sleep, smoke about 4 zoots, finish my drink, put some ice in the glass and chill. We Arsenal struggle without Saka. Don't worry, bros. We got Reece Nelson. And a 5-year deal, number 19 shirt, 100 grand a week. It's all coming up, bros. Reece Nelson exclusive tomorrow. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bros. It's Reece Nelson afternoon. We'll see. I know, bros. I know. Go to sleep now, bros. Catch you soon. Respect my G. Shouts out to Manny, to Rodney, to Cam, to Hazard, to Linda, to Gemma, UEWB, Uni, Kamala, Hussein, Juman, Yeagers, all the real ones. Shout out to me, the hostess with the fucking mostess, both Audi. You said yourself, Danny, we need squad depth. Yep. A fit Emil Smith Rowe and his talent seen and means we don't need to invest heavily. Let's not forget the likes of Emil Smith Rowe carried last season. I do remember goals away at Stamford Bridge, bros. I do. Elegant. Along the floor into the corner. So what I'm saying is, bros, you see, after he comes back from injury, and after 4 weeks he's still on the bench, and you're telling me about managing minutes, I will be going crazy. Finally, the Owen header was on fire. Yep, so was the cross by Saka before he effed his ankle. But on that bombshell, guys, I am out the building. Shouts out to you all. Peace out. Screw this whole AdSense and this whole monetizing videos on YouTube. They keep blocking my AdSense shit, saying ad suitability. I don't even know where to go with it. I'm going to fucking Google, email, YouTube, Google Island. All of them are getting emails from me tomorrow. Of fury and fuck you. Not that I'm upset with anyone on the whole YouTuber AdSense, but stop fucking with my videos, innit? Stop saying ad suitability. But then the one that don't get views, you fucking let fucking go out there and put all advertisements in front of it. But the videos that do well, like today's watch along, you don't want to put an advert in front of it because you say it ain't suitable. What did I do? Did I swear? Did I piss too much? Did I cough in the wrong direction? Don't piss me off. Was I in the village for too fucking long? Don't fuck me about. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. I'll catch you tomorrow at 10 p.m. It has been a beautiful reaction. Let's hope YouTube actually put an advert on this video, innit? Or AdSense, whatever you want to call them. Peace out, guys. I'm gone for tomorrow. Shouts out to all the real ones. Please be getting a double big like on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And I'll be catching you and following up and chasing down all of this Arsenal news tomorrow. Peace out, people. Good night.